Well, this week is National Farm Safety and Health Week, and with each day covering important reminders, critical reminders for both farmers and the general public.
Today focuses on confined spaces and the dangers they can pose for farmers in a hurry during harvest. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Brianna Campbell is live in the newsroom with our top story.
Hey, good morning, Kennedy and Owen. This day is an especially good reminder for farmers to pause and take a minute to consider the risks that can come with their job.
Farming comes with a number of hazards, and when pressed for time, it's easy to overlook a potential danger.
Generally, people are in a hurry in harvest, and especially farmers because they're trying to get done. So you try to cut corners.
But when it comes to tight spaces, especially grain bins, that's when you want to make sure you're doing everything you can to protect yourself.
The grain is sort of like water where it's pretty powerful, so once it starts moving, it doesn't take a lot of moving grain to move people.
Adams County farmer Galen Herman unfortunately learned that lesson firsthand back in June when he became engulfed in his own grain bin.
I remember being completely engulfed and covered up, and I remember hearing the scoops hit the corn about twice, and then everything got quiet, and I blacked out then. I passed out.
Luckily, Galen's son heard his cries for help, and after quick work by local first responders, Galen made it out alive. Having his son nearby saved his life and provides a good reminder.
Always having someone around, like another person on the outside or helping you, and if you're in the bin, to be communicating with them is a key thing.
It's not just grain bins and silos that can trap a farmer. Tight spaces and moving equipment all have the potential to create dangerous situations. That's why experts say to always take a minute to stop and think.
I think the biggest thing for people to remember is to think before they go rushing into places.
Because a few seconds of saved time is nothing compared to losing a life.
Now, Tyler Williams, who you just heard from, also said for farmers to keep in mind the potential for washed out roads and bridges from the flooding earlier this year as they traveled those backcountry roads, as well as washouts in their fields.
Now, these reminders aren't just good for farmers, but for everybody, really. I mean, when you see a big tractor coming down the road, it's always smart to pull over and let them, go through. They have a lot to do in a short amount of time.
Yes, and not only saying that these reminders are good for farmers and the general public, but it's not just this week that they're important, it's all year round, but this week especially to kind of give people those extra reminders to say, hey, these are what you need to watch out for.
Exactly. Thanks for the story.